guys, and welcome to my channel. Now you're seeing a shell challenge right now on the screen, and it was actually a shell challenge that I challenged everyone to, and I decided to do it myself. I am offering the Nifty Knitting stuff pack to the winner of whoever makes the shell, like the best house out of this shell that I personally like the best. Now, by the time this video goes up, it's gonna be already too late to enter. I'm planning on having this video go out the day after I upload my tour video, so I'll leave that in the description below. And right now, as I'm recording this video, I did see a couple of the shells that are completed, and they were really cool, and I didn't think of some of the ideas that people did come up with to make this shell work, and it was pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to actually being able to tour all the builds. So as you can see here, I did end up doing the outside of the house. I added a second story, which was allowed in the shell challenge, and I actually started doing this on Twitch, but I'm not gonna keep up on the Twitch streaming. It didn't work out too well. I was having a lot of technical problems, and honestly, my Twitch feed the video was very lagged. So my computer is probably more fit for doing regular YouTube streams or YouTube videos that I upload. So probably don't expect to see any live videos from me anytime soon. Now, I decorated the walls and the floor for the inside and outside, except for in the playhouse area over there. I completely forgot to decorate that. So I do take care of that here in this video. So during my Twitch stream, I decided to go with a Barbie theme, and I I feel like it's a little weird. I didn't really know what to go with, so that's why I ended up going with this Barbie theme. So as you can see, this entire house is pink, and honestly, I'm not a big fan of pink, and I definitely wouldn't make this my first choice, especially for an entire house, but I think as far as this house theme goes, that it actually worked out really well for it. And I ended up using that little pink light pretty much for all of the rooms. I think it was like all the rooms except for the outside. I tend to have this habit of using the ceiling lights and usually only using the same couple ceiling lights, so I wanted to expand and use something different, and it gave me an excuse to kind of do that while also giving enough light for the rooms. And it just like it helped fill in some of the spots where I really didn't know what to put, because I wanted to have everything like pink and white basically were the two main colors that I allowed myself to use. There are little pops of other colors in here, but that's mostly because it's included in whatever piece of furniture or whatever I'm using that has pink or white in it. If you take a look at the actual shell, I have some like weird corners that were very hard to properly put a roof on. So I ended up spending, I'd say, at least a good 2 hours trying to work on just that roofing and just the outside just to get it how I liked it. So that was my entire Twitch stream, which unfortunately people weren't able to actually watch it. They could hear me just fine, so I was kind of talking on Twitch live while I was building, but no one was able to see what I was doing. Like every now and then, the picture would change. Like it was a horrible lag, and I always have trouble with OBS Studio, so I don't know what what's wrong with me, because I've had this problem on several computers now, and this computer I have is a brand new one, which is supposed to be really good for all this stuff. So honestly, I'm probably just not doing something right with the system. If I do ever figure out how to use it properly, I probably will try live streaming again, but don't count on it. I'm definitely not going to do any promises, but I was appreciative of the people that stopped by and chatted with me in the chat for a little bit. It was really nice, and the people that followed me on Twitch, even though unfortunately your follows gonna be empty as far as on my stream, because you're not gonna see any, and I know I keep saying that, but yeah, I was a little disappointed because I was actually looking forward to it. One part of this house I actually really liked was this kitchen. I made it like very wonky on the shapes of like the counters and the island. I was finally able to do a rounded island, so I was really happy about that. And it actually came out really, really well. So I'm pretty proud of myself there, and I think it just like fits really well with like the theme because Barbie items are kind of out there, not like weird out there, but most people aren't gonna have sets like this in real life. So I tried to make it look like it was from a dollhouse kind of thing. I mean, uh, there's I guess Sims is basically like I've seen a meme about calling the Sims adult Barbies. So I mean, essentially it is. Um, Oh, that reminds me. I actually forgot to add a car to this build. I wanted to add a car. You saw that just there for like a split second. I was gonna make a like put a car once I had figured out what I was doing on the outside. I was gonna make like a little driveway, but I ended up filling up the spot, so it didn't work out, unfortunately. Because, Barbie is kind of known for her very expensive cars and, of course, pink. I'm actually not sure if there is like a pink car on The Sims. Because, I mean, yeah, you can use like the toy cars or those debug cars. That's what you saw in the video a little bit ago was. But I actually haven't looked into them too much. I don't typically put any cars on lots in my builds. I think I should try to change that though because I think it just adds a little bit more life to your houses. I was actually also happy I was able to use that corner couch for a build finally. I've been wanting to use it so much, but even when I make houses that have a spot that couch would fit perfectly, I end up forgetting that I want to put a couch there, or a couch just doesn't seem to work there. So I end up not being able to use that type of couch. So yeah, I finally was able to use it. It's honestly one of my favorite couch types in the game, but none of my builds like ever have it because I never have houses that would work right for it, or like something else just works better. Oh, yeah, that was another thing, that studio I just saw there. I know my brain's all over the place here, but I was actually gonna make like a little art studio spot, but I didn't have the room for it. Honestly, I thought this house was a lot bigger than what it turned out to be. I did only have it on a 30 by 20 lot though, so that explains why it's not as big as what I was thinking it was. It does take up most of the lot as far as the house goes, but it's a small house still. But yeah, I was gonna have a little studio place because Barbie basically, I mean, if you know anything about her, she's basically everything. Like she's had so many different jobs. So I figured photography, like being a model, was kind of like one that she could have done, and like maybe your sim being here could have worked on a modeling career while they're there. But no, I ended up going with like I do have a painting easel, and I end up adding some like blank canvases that are just decor, but like they look really cute. And honestly, I love using them in my builds. I make a lot of artist sims, so I use that quite a bit. I think the hardest part here was because I limited myself on the type of colors I could use, so I ended up not really liking a lot of the rugs that were available in these colors, but that's probably because I'm not a big fan of pink. I use a lot more like natural color, like neutral colors in my builds, or like blue is also a color I use quite a bit in my builds, or even purple. But pink, not so much. Like I might do pink for like a child's room, but that's really the extent I go as far as pink is. But yeah, this house is completely pink, so I had to get out of my comfort zone again and do that. And stemming from real life, actually, this house, not so much the shape of it, but just like the feel and the colors. I knew a house that was like this in real life. And now I never saw the inside of it, but the outside was like this bright pink. And I don't remember what color roof it has. I'm pretty sure it had a white roof too. But that house just stood out in the town that my mom used to live in. It was like a very small town, and it was it was definitely different, and it wasn't very far from where my mom lived at, like her old apartment. So every time when we would go down to the playground, we'd pass by it. And I actually ended up meeting a little boy who lived in that house, like, and I guess he said his mom was obsessed with pink and she also had like a pink punch buggy and everything. And honestly, I haven't even thought about that house or that town in years, so this house is like really bringing up some random memories of mine. So, as far as the house build goes, just so I don't forget to actually include it in the video here, the house is basically a two bedroom, though the way I have it set up, it's actually fitting three different Sims. I kind of had a story as far as like who lived here. Obviously, some type of either Barbie or like Barbie obsessed sim or something. Like, I know I just keep saying Barbie, but it like that's definitely the theme of this house. Like, I even named it the Barbie house. But I would say that this is like a single parent who is absolutely obsessed with the color pink. And he or she has two kids, one being a toddler and the other one being a child, maybe even a teenager. But I feel like the room I made is fit more for a child. And the parent actually will end up sharing the bedroom with the toddler. Like, there's like two little sections in there, but it's still the same room except for it's like one section of the room is for the toddler and the other is for the parent, and then the child has a room all to themselves. So the lot is officially a two bedroom, two bath, and it's on a 30 by 20 lot. I have this build in Brindlebell Bay, I think is what the town is called. I'm not looking at the game right now to figure that out, which is the town that came with the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. And it's actually quite a pricey place, especially considering how small the lot is. It's 130,000 simoleons, almost 131,000 simoleons. So it's definitely not a starter home. It's definitely someone that has a bit of money, but I think it's still a pretty cute house for like if you really do enjoy the color pink, or if your sim does. And like I said, you there's enough room here technically for like a parent sim and like two children, but if you always wanted to change it around, there's, it's technically a two bedroom, so you don't need to have the toddler stuff there. You could get rid of the toddler stuff and have more stuff for the adult sim, or like make two adult sims and they they don't, like, a double bed doesn't really fit in this room too well, at least not the way I have it set up. It probably would fit other ways, but I wanted to have enough room for multiple sims, so I ended up just using the single bed there. But again, this house isn't restricted to having a parent with two kids. You could have it as basically anything you want and just have to change a couple little things. Like, obviously, if you want to have more adult sims, you're gonna have to get rid of the toddler bed and like make another single bed or whatever. Anyways, getting back to the actual shell challenge itself, I think on top of just trying to roof this thing properly, which was a big struggle in itself, like I said, it took like 2 hours just for me to do that. The other part was the little small section that I made. I originally intended it, like when I decided to start this challenge, I was going to make it like a small greenhouse or even like a garage or something along those lines, maybe even like a workshop. But then I was like, you know what? This would actually be really cute as a playhouse. So that would give your child sim, if you have one in this house, somewhere else where they can play. Now there's limited things that the child sims can use as far as like playing goes, and unfortunately they don't have like a play kitchen set. Like, that was something I really loved in the Sims 3, and I hope that they eventually bring that back to the Sims 4. I feel like that's something that will be added because it's a really cute little feature. But I remedied that by using a regular stove, and then I just shrunk it down slightly so it looked like a mini stove. And I mean, it's technically workable. You could technically use it, but you're probably going to have some weird animations doing it considering it's smaller than it's supposed to be. And there's like a little mini fridge that came with University, I believe is what it came with. So you're able to use that and it's usable. Like everything's usable. I didn't use any custom content, no decor items for things like that. I mean, there are a lot of decor items in here, but like I didn't use any custom content. So it's all stuff that's in the game. And I think it kind of gave this house a unique touch, and it was like it's like a really cute idea. And I didn't get a chance to like really like I haven't made any Sims to play with this house yet, but the house should everything should work properly. I did like mess with a little bit of play testing on it and just like trying to make sure everything kind of looked okay and wasn't like in the way. If anything is, I apologize. I ended up throwing a lot of clutter in here just to kind of make it look like it was a very lived-in home. But I think it's like really cute, especially considering like the theme I was going for. I think I definitely hit that theme there. And I'm pretty proud of myself being able to do this shell challenge. And anyone that entered it, I apologize how hard it was. I know one person in a group, one of the Sims groups I'm in on Facebook, said that they were still working on it. And actually, I think they also said it on Twitter too. That or it's two different people. Of course I'm talking about this when I'm recording the video. By the time this video comes out, that whole thing's over with by now. So I'm planning on touring on the 3rd, and I will announce the winner in that video. So this one I'm hoping to have up on the 5th of August. Anyways, as far as the shell challenge goes again, I had a lot of trouble trying to figure out where exactly I wanted the house to be placed. So I'm glad The Sims 4 has that feature where you can just move your house around, because I used it quite a bit in order to get the placement right here. Because I was like, oh yeah, I think I want to add a pool, but I didn't know if I wanted to put it in the back or the front at first. And I decided on the front, or in the back, I mean. And I think it actually looks really nice back there. And I love like the little whale pool noodle. It's just like absolutely adorable. And of course, I made the pool flooring and the wall pink. I mean, I couldn't not keep up with that theme there. I actually was going to use the little flower petals for the water theme, but I decided it didn't look good. So, yeah, that's blue water, but I mean, what can we do? They don't have an actual pink water. There's the little flower petals. So since Barbie basically is like a jack of all trades, she has a nice little garden over there, and it's that water garden that you get from Eco Lifestyle or Eco Living. Man, I can't remember the name of the pack right offhand, but that's like one that's unlockable. But I absolutely love it, so I've been enjoying throwing it in some of my builds. So you don't have to worry about unlocking it if you want to use them, and they're really nifty. I like them. This house is on the gallery, and like I said earlier, there's no custom content in it. So you're free to just download it and put it right in your game, and you should be good to go. I really hope that you enjoy this video. Please like it if you did. Comment what you think about this build. Do you think I should try to do more builds kind of like this in the future? And if you took place in my shell build challenge, what did you think of that? Did you enjoy doing it? Do you want me to do more shell challenges in the future? I honestly really like seeing the talent of other people, so I definitely would love to do more, but if you guys don't want me to, I won't. If you like this video and you like seeing my content, please subscribe if you're not already. I'm actually, at the time of this recording, very close to 100. I may already be over it by then. I don't know yet, but I've really been appreciating all the love I've been getting from everyone here, as well as on Twitter. And if you are not following me on Twitter yet, I will also leave that link in the description below if you would like to check out my content on there. I sometimes will post like little previews of some of the builds or the Sims I'm making, or just like random things that I might be adding to my channel, as well as like any contests I decide to do in the future. I will always be posting there on Twitter first. I actually haven't really been thinking of mentioning much of it on the actual channel itself, just because more people find that stuff through Twitter than through a video. My gallery name is also in the description below if you're not following me up there yet. Basically, as soon as I finish a build or a sim, I will upload it to the gallery. The only problem with that would be if there's any custom content. I don't link any of that in my gallery. You would have to get it through the video when that comes out, just because it just makes it easier than having to put all that stuff all over the place. And all right, enjoy the screenshots of this build, and thanks again for watching, and have a magical day, everyone. Bye!